Right. Recording in progress. It is crazy. Welcome, 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 you guys. Sometimes I think my higher self trusts me way too much. And I have been working to get everything on Zoom and on Facebook, and it was all right there, ready to go. And then poof, um, it disappeared. So here we are back on Zoom, and I will post this on Facebook after we're finished, and I'm sure it's going to be perfect. So welcome, welcome, welcome to Journeying Through a World Made New. This is the spiritual book discussion and a healing circle, and I'm really excited to have all of you here. So let's go ahead and cast a circle of light, specifying that only Source Creator God, my healing team, and the support teams as necessary be here for tonight's book discussion, where we're talking about a world made new, and we're specifically talking about pages 20 through 23. It's the very end of day 2, and there's a lot of great stuff that is in just these last few pages. And so I am very excited to be here with you tonight and have this discussion. There's lots of healing opportunities, lots of frequencies that they talk about, and it's just very fun. So may it be with a blessing, blessing, blessing of Source that we continue to know who we are in truth, know what we are in truth, and know how we serve in truth. And understanding that it is all love, that we all are connected. There is no separation. There is no division between any of us, just love, love, and a whole lot more love. And with that, we say amen. And of course, we always add a little aho, because there are more than enough people who sing that chorus on a regular basis. So how are you all doing? Here in the States, it is President's Day. And it's very funny to me because I've been wondering over the last couple of hours, like what that particular feeling was for me today. And it feels very much like Memorial Day for me here in Florida. Now I know the rest of the country is not experiencing that at all, but we had a couple of days where it was really warm and we got to be outside, and so it's just it's very interesting to have 3 days. And I spend a lot of time going, what day is it? And I had family in town, and so there's a whole nother level of wow, oh wow going on. So how are you doing? How is it going in your life, right? Your particular life, what's happening, how your job is going, how your relationships are going, how you are feeling with all these energies that are going on. You can certainly pop it into the chat, or you can just know that we will be working on those as they show up. The good news for this week is that there is no moon. Full moon was last week, new moon is next week, but that doesn't mean there isn't a lot going on, right? BG's like, it's been, there doesn't have to be necessarily a moon or a power day anymore. The energies are just constantly ramping up. We are right in the midst of what we are here to do, and part of that is to just keep re-seeing and re-knowing everything that comes across our path. And that's part of what I love about this book is that they're constantly talking about how we are re-seeing and re-knowing everything that goes on. Now, if you're like me, I'm more on the older spectrum of things. You can remember when life was just, ho hum kind of. You're just kind of going through the motions, and nothing was really big triggers. And there wasn't a lot of like chaos going on. Maybe some particular stuff in your life, but now we are in the midst of really healing the fear, the pain, the anger, the unworthiness, the shame, the blame, the unconsciousness, and oh my goodness, that lovely energy called atheist energy, which tells us that energy isn't real. And so you might have some times where you're just like, oh my goodness, I just dragged myself out of bed. I just did what I had to do to get through the day. And that's all good. That's completely perfect, exactly as it shows up. So if you have anything you want to chat about, feel free to put that in the chat. What a concept. Put your chat in the chat. And I want to encourage you all to make sure that you change your setting on the chat to everyone. And if you want to just send it to me, leave it on hosts and panelists. But just to let you know, Terry is sharing that she has been swimming upstream in unconsciousness these days. Yes, absolutely, completely, 100%. I was sitting in class today. I was TAing. I TA for energetic architecture on Mondays. And I was just yawning and yawning and yawning and yawning. And I was like, wow, the unconsciousness that is transforming is just amazing to me. And I'm sure I can look at the energy of the container that there will be some people who send me a message tomorrow and say, oh my gosh, I really wanted to be there, but I just forgot. It escaped my brain. I just completely forgot. And that's okay, because that's how that shows up, right? There's a lot of unconsciousness. There's a lot of the frequency of unconsciousness. We see it as like you walk into the garage and you're like, what did I come here for? Or, oh, dang, I meant to bring that with me. Or, what was I saying? It's completely okay. And it's just know that when you see something, the reason why you are seeing it is because your higher self is bringing it to your attention. Oh, that's what's moving. That's what's healing. Okay, I got it. It's all good. Okay, I'm going to trust that. Oh, Joanna is sharing that she'd love a healing in relationships with family and friends. Family and friends. Feeling worthy and open to release what needs to be released. There you go. We are here on this planet in relationship with the people we have the most karma with, the most experiences with, the people who are going to teach us the most, provide us with the most opportunities for growth and evolution. We don't always want to turn around to them and say thank you very much, but that is what they are doing. My husband, my kids, my family around me, that's what they're there for. They're like, yes, we're here to help you grow and evolve. And I'm helping them grow and evolve as well. So lots of clearing of karma and agreements as we are talking about the book. That is just a given for any of these kinds of programs. And healings for us where, we have a little bit of judgment, a few ideas about how things are supposed to be, and, that's all good. We'll just keep working on that. So over here on page 20, we have one of the first sentences is, the reality you know, comprised of thoughts that have been given names and enshrined in form, are claiming you in an identity that you believe is resolute. You believe is resolute. Now, what exactly do they mean by that? You know, we have a reality that we are living in, and we have lots of thoughts about what's going on around us, what's going on in our bodies. We have named things. We have I love the enshrined in form. We have made it like some things that we have put on a pedestal and gone, oh, that's it, right? That is the thing. And they are, all of these thoughts and ideas are claiming us in an identity that we believe can't be changed. It cannot be changed. This is who I am. Healings for all of us who have ever said, this is who I am. You know, this is who you married. This is who you're in relationship with. This is who you hired. Whatever that is for you, there is a big healing for us in remembering that we're not stuck with anything and that nothing is permanent. And Kate, I love that you asked the question that you want a healing on your neck and, you know, whatever is causing the nausea and you being amped up, because that's a great example of us just we have this reality that we've created, that this is how it is. And when I have this experience, this is what it is. And so we're going to give you a healing on that place where, you know, we get amped up about what's going on. The minute something isn't exactly on our track, we're like, oh my gosh, this isn't what it's supposed to be. And so we're going to get lots of healings on those places where we get really worked up about what is going on. I'm taking the healings as well. I have had lots of moments where my sternum was just like pumping out of my chest, and I was just, what's going on? Why is this happening? And you, Kate, in particular, turn your channels out and start scanning what's going on. There are lots and lots of people who do this. We scan what's happening around us. Sometimes we're even scanning beyond just the room that we're in. We might be scanning the town that we live in. We might be scanning sometimes even the cosmoses. And that's not good for us. That doesn't work well for any of our bodies, because our, you know, channels are designed to help us navigate us. So there's lots of healings available for all of us on that. So I put earlier, a few days ago, I put in the chat about a mountain is just a mountain. Can you imagine that a mountain can be anything else? And, you know, I love that Angel was actually somebody who said, oh yeah, you know, you can dig up the dirt on a mountain. You can do a lot more than what you might think of in a mountain. You know, a mountain isn't just for skiing or climbing or sitting on. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do. And they talk about on page 20 that we understand ourselves through science, we understand ourselves through religion, through the relationships that we have. When I ask you, who are you? How do you answer? Now, the answer isn't so much important, like whatever you answer, but it shows you how you define yourself, right? Well, I'm a mom, and I'm a teacher, and I am somebody who loves to go out dancing, and I love to read a certain kind of book. Those are all ways that we define ourselves, and they say we don't make them wrong. Melchizedek doesn't make them wrong. They're just part of who you are. But they're not really who you are. And they really have never been the definition of who you are, because you are so much more than that. The realization that you are more than you think must come to you now as realization. Realization is a frequency, and we're going to give everybody a gift of realization. You can feel free to ask what that gift looks like, but realization is a frequency that allows us to be more in our knowing. I'm going to take my gift. It's in an orb filled with realization, and I'm going to put it right here in my third eye. Now, there was a time when I said, third eye, yeah, like that really exists. But we do have an energetic body part called a third eye, and it does sit right here in between our two physical eyes. And part of the third eye's job, simply just a part, is how we see the world and how we see ourselves. So I definitely want to have a lot more awareness, a lot more knowing of myself in realization. So I'm going to put my gift there. If you have an awareness of where your gift is going, you can put it in the chat. Not a requirement. The super cool thing is you never need to know the answers. You don't have to know what your gift looks like. You don't have to know where it's going. You could just trust that it is going exactly where it needs to go, and it looks exactly like it needs to look. You can trust that your higher self is on that. So, Cricket Brainstem, awesome. It's a fabulous place. Zoya, yep, it's going in your uterus for sure. Fabulous. And if you put it, in your chest, in your heart, in your sternum, and your higher self is like, nope, I'm putting it, in your sacrum, you can just trust, like, okay, wherever it needs to go, totally okay. Not concerned about where it goes, just glad it's going there. Terry says she's not sure where her gift is going, but she's got the visual of a jackhammer in her third eye. What is that? Terry, that is some spells, some anima spells, and we're going to go ahead and work on those and move those. So, always helpful. Whatever kind of awareness you get, perfect. Sometimes you're like, oh, it is the weirdest thing. There are people who go like, jackhammer, really? That's weird. Yeah, but when you look at it from an energetic standpoint, you're like, oh, okay, I know what that is. Or I don't know what it is, and I'm going to move it and feel better. It's weird. It's really weird stuff. I understand it is. I had a time when I thought it was all very strange. So, the realization that you are more than you think must come to you now as realization, not as a new idea that you can play with, but a simple knowing. Can you believe that one day you're just gonna know? Oh, I just know what I'm doing next. Oh, I just know what color I'm painting that wall. Oh, I know whether I'm going to the store now or whether I'm going to wait and go tomorrow. Just a knowing. Here is that claim that I have mentioned a couple of times. I am more than I thought. Everybody say, I am more than I thought. I am more than I believed. I am more than I was taught. I am more than I believed could be. beyond what any idea was that I ever believed about who anyone could be. We are all so much more than we have any awareness of that we can be. So much more. And the more I have this information come in, we're so much more than we can imagine. We're so much more than we can imagine. There are times that I just sit and I'm in tears. Because I'm like, wow, if we all knew just how magical, just how powerful we were. If we trusted that, if we had 5 minutes of it, where you're like, oh, wow, yes, it's real. It is real. And if you'd like to point to a place where you do not see that happening in this lifetime, 5 minutes of knowing all that you are, you can put that in the chat and we'll give you a healing on that. Teams just go around and work on everybody's sternum, everybody's third eye. Yeah. Terry says frontal lobe. Absolutely, frontal lobe. Woo-hoo. To understand yourself beyond the old limitations has come in an attunement that we have offered you in prior texts. I am free, I am free, I am free. When you get stuck at some point in your day, I just don't know what I'm doing about this. I feel confused. I'm really struggling. You can say, I am free, I am free, I am free. Now, if you said it out loud and the person in the cubicle next to you heard you, they'd be like, what? You're like, oh, I'm just reminding myself that I am free. Or I'm just talking to myself, no big deal. Doesn't have to be a big thing. Just, I am free, I am free, I am free. If you want to take a moment to feel that, and when you say it, you may notice a sticky place, a place that feels blocked, because when I say it, I can feel right back here between my shoulder blades, a sticky spot, a place that is like a blockage. Now, I could say, oh, that was because I worked out earlier today and I did those chest presses, and that's just probably where the muscle is twitching. I could go on and on like that, right? Or I could say, yeah, there is, in addition to the sticky spot where I don't believe I'm free, there's also a whole bunch of the frequency that is atheist energy sitting on top of it, that I'm like, oh, that's why I think that's, I'm making that up. Not the case. You're not making anything up. So I give everybody a healing where atheist energy shows up. You're not making it up. But it's stuff we haven't grown up with, right? We're not used to being able to feel a sticky spot. And we are used to, oh God, my head hurts. Oh, my head hurts. It must be the low pressure that's moving through. Oh, it must be that I haven't eaten. Maybe it's the fact that I didn't drink enough water today. Maybe it's just the fact that there's some low frequencies there that are busy moving out. And you just keep trusting that. Big healings for all of us. I am free, I am free, I am free. But what, in fact, are you free of but limitation, or the old ideas of what reality is, or what God can or should be, that have kept you in a shadow life when what awaits for you is in fact splendorous. I love when people talk about their shadow selves. Like, here's the reference where they're kind of chatting about that. Yeah, our shadow selves. The parts of us that aren't really ourselves. They're just the ideas we have. They go on to say, and we say splendorous intentionally. To realize God is who and what you are does not make you special. It makes you of the thing that you have always been of. It makes you of the whole that in fact you cannot not be a part of. You cannot not be part of Source. You cannot not be part of me. You cannot not be part of each other. You cannot not be part of everyone out there. Healings for all of us. Oh, not me. I'm not a part of them. I don't even like them. They smell weird. They eat strange food. They believe something I don't believe. What an awesome healing. Another frequency right there. Splendorous. The frequency is splendor. The frequency of splendor, it's a magenta. It is a really high frequency. It is here on the planet, and you can use it anytime you want. Feel free to put your hands out. Ask for a gift of splendor. So my gift of splendor is a star. It's a crystalline star full of splendor. And I'm going to put it right back there in that spot that I was just not clear whether I was free or not. The spot didn't know I was free. I know I'm free. BG. Frontal lobe. Awesome. As I'm talking, there are lots of gifts coming in. There are harmonics coming in. Lots of rapture, frequency of love, the miracle frequency of love. Lots of wonder. Wonder is a frequency. Everybody find a place for a gift of splendor. Janet Brainstem, awesome. Work on everybody's brains. More gifts for our brains. I am. Back to I am more than I thought. How many of you have caught yourself saying, I am, and following it with some words that are not filled with very much love? I am such a klutz. I am so annoyed. I am so unconscious. Just me? I'm the only one who does that? Two really powerful words. I am. I know you all know this. I know you all know this. You have experienced this, heard this from somewhere. I am. What do? I am canceling that thought. I am more than I can imagine. I am joy. I am love. Yeah, there's a lot of us. Every single one of us have done it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we have. Does that mean we totally screwed up? Does that mean we're hopeless? Does that mean that we're a lost cause? Nope, not at all. Not at all. It means we're normal. You can feel free to say, I am normal. I am here on planet Earth having a low frequency experience for the benefit of my higher self going up in frequency, for the benefit of helping everyone else go up in frequency. I am so much more than I know. You just go, okay, and then there was that. When you go, oh, I'm so unconscious. You go, oh, cool, look at that. Moving more in consciousness. Yes, please. You are perfectly holy as you are. I'm in the middle of page 21. You are perfectly holy as you are. You just don't know it. Your idea of holiness, I should wear white, I should carry a staff, I should pray for the ones that pass me, and be who I'm supposed to be as they would have me be. All of these ideas, enshrined in personality, have very little to do with these teachings. There's that word, enshrined. Enshrined in our personality. Our personalities are busy all the time, thinking that we're not enough, thinking that we're doing something wrong, thinking that we should X, Y, or Z. Thinking, 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 thinking. We're little thinking machines. The who and what that you truly are, the infinite divine come as you, means you are one of many, and in fact, one of all. To be of God simply means that you are the air that is the wind, and the wind knows itself as the air that it moves through. The wind is the air is the wind. You know yourself in a body, right? Yep, I do. And I can tell you every spot on my body that is deformed, is ugly, is not in resonance with what I really want to look at. The body is part of how you know yourself in incarnation, but it is not the entirety of you. And when the body is reknown as of God, it moves to a new alignment. You begin to perceive the divine that is nature, that are the ones beside you, the divine that's come as you in perfect ways. Underline perfect. Oh, perfect. Here's the healing. Without giving me a list, consider a place in you, a place that you go, if I could change that one thing. Now, I'll tell you, I have a spot. I have the hips of our family. Like every woman in our family has these hips. And I'm always like, oh my God, they're so big, they're so prominent, blah, 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 blah. If I just didn't have them. And then I started loving on them. I'm really sorry I talked trash about you. I'm sorry, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I put some lotion on them and I remind myself that they are a part of me that I want to bless. I want to bless that. If I thought my nose was too small, too big, too crooked. I want to bless it. The more I bless it, the more divine I become, the more I start to know who I am in truth. What does society tell us to do? What are we taught by the television and, the commercials, the emails? Oh my gosh, if you just had this shirt, your life would be great. You would love your arms. You would love your feet. You would love your nose. Healings for all of us on those spots, whatever they are. We're going to give you a healing on the judgment you have about those places in you that you don't like very much, you don't love very much. And then we're going to put a gift there. And we're going to put a gift there of reclamation, which is another frequency that is in these 3 pages. Splendor, realization, freedom, if I didn't mention it. I am free, I am free, I am free is the freedom frequency. Reclamation, reclaiming those spots, those places in ourselves where we don't think that we're enough. Wow, if I just didn't talk like I talk, if I just had taken that one course, if I had just said no to that one question, my life would be great. Let's reclaim those ideas. How about if it's perfect exactly as it is, that you learned more by making the decision to turn left than the decision to turn right? Yeah, if you had turned right, it would have been easier. You would have had a different experience. But think how much you discovered when you turned left. Our world changes when we start going, I just realized that I did it exactly perfect for me. I didn't do it exactly perfect for you. I didn't do it exactly perfect for my mom, but I did it exactly perfect for me. How about that? And they say, underline perfect. What is perfect is God. How you understand yourself and your infirmities and your fears is less than perfect because you've claimed yourself in separation. But even these things that you believe are sinful must be of God and must be reknown in God, because nothing is brought to the light that is denied the light. Nothing is brought to the light that is denied the light. You shine the light on the most disturbing, bothersome, annoying thing about yourself, and it is just bathed in light, bathed in high frequencies. And you know what happens? It transforms. That's what we're doing out there in the world, people. If you hadn't had that awareness yet, we are bringing all these ideas to light. These thoughts we have about that we're separate, that there's a difference between men and women and theys and thems, and people who love people who are the same sex as them, and people who love people who are a different color than them. All of that stuff is getting bathed in the light so that we can see it's all of God. God doesn't care. God's not concerned about any of that. And they say, and if you deny the light in yourself, in the body you have taken, in the actions of your past, you will deny God in yourself always. Oh my God, that one thing I did. It was just such a stupid thing. I don't know why I did it. If I had just listened to my mom and had just stayed put, that wouldn't have happened. Oh my God, I can't believe I did it. It was just, God, my life would have been so much different if I had just done that. There you go. BG says, if only I hadn't, just did, just didn't. Exactly. Let's do a huge pile of all of those should have, could have, did, didn't, had, hadn't, couldn't, wouldn't, all of those things, whatever they are, a huge pile of them. Feel free to surrender them right into that violet flame that is right there. Because it was perfect exactly as it happened. BG, I just love you. BG just said, yes, Bonnie, do a bonfire of them. There you go. It's a bonfire. Right there, surrender them all. Now's the time. Whatever it is that you are busy judging yourself on, that you are busy saying that you shouldn't have, couldn't have, didn't, should have, all those versions. Right into that flame. Let's move them. In denying God, you put yourself in darkness. You can feel it, right? When you do that, if only I had done something different. It doesn't feel good. It feels yucky. It's like a low frequency. It feels yucky to be like that. And you just go, nope, don't need it anymore. I'm tired of feeling yucky about that particular thing. I'm tired of it all. That is just, I'm done. Into the flame. And I'm going to keep reminding myself that I am the light. I am the light. I am free. I am joy. I am enough. I am enough. I am the light. And the light transforms everything, including those ideas I had, including all those things that I stuffed away in a closet somewhere, hoping that nobody would ever discover them. Bring them out and just throw them into the flame. Your anger, your fear, your pain. Yes, let's move more of those. Who you put in darkness, what you put in darkness calls you to the darkness. And that may be your body, or your idea of sin, or your belief in yourself as less than others. God is perfect, and to know the self in perfection does not mean you don't have a blemish on your skin. Listen to this. It means the blemish is perfect too. Your biggest screw up, your biggest mistake is perfect too. Your biggest mistake, the biggest thing you judge yourself on, is perfect too, because it's all of God. Either everything is of God or nothing is of God. Did y'all get that? That for me is a boom, yes. The blemish on my skin. Unfortunately, you can't tell that I do have a zit right here because the camera is really good. It's perfect too. It is perfect too. The thing I don't like most about myself, my hips, they're perfect too. Either it's all perfect, all of God, or none of it is of God. God as all things. God as the sky, the sun, the earth below, and everything that has been known in form. Yep, even that. Even those really low frequencies that exist in the dark of night, in the scary movies, all of that is of God. If you don't get anything else out of these 3 pages, get that. We are perfect exactly in our imperfection. Don't listen to anyone who says anything different. You are perfect exactly as you are. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, so who wants a gift? There are crowns coming in, diadems for all of us. Diadems, crowns, and you get to put it wherever you want. You do not have to put it on your head, but your brain is a great place. You can put it on your big toe. You can put it in your right hand. You can put it in your right eye. Put it in your ear. Where am I putting my diadem? Oh my God. My diadem is filled with so much love of different frequencies. Like I look at it and I'm just like, wow, I'm so loved. And each and every one of you are as well. Janet, your eyes are a great place. Where am I putting my diadem? Putting my diadem in my third eye. So help me remind myself that I'm so much more than I remember. When a world is made new, the transit is difficult because the architecture that has been utilized in the dense field, known in fear, seeks to reclaim itself again and again. What does that mean? As we keep transforming what is out there, the fear that is out there, everything that's been put into place, all the ideas that we have about our world has to be transformed, and they're really dense. They're filled with fear and anger and pain and unworthiness and shame and blame and all of those things. And we have to remind ourselves that there is no information in fear. Zero information. I love this example when you are in fear, you can't think of what to do. Like they say, a deer in the headlights. I was frozen. I just didn't know. You don't know what to do. When you are in fear, there's no information. You don't know what to do. And that's what it claims itself over and over and over again. Fear keeps claiming more fear, more fear, more fear, more fear. So what do? Here's the practical information. Here's the practical reason why you continue reading this book with me. Because you start seeing like, oh yeah, I know where I do that. I want to do that anymore. Instead of claiming fear, you stop and you go, I am in my knowing, I am in my knowing, I am in my knowing. Love, 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 love. Whatever it is, you start claiming a higher frequency and you watch the fear dissipate. Gifts for everybody. You can't imagine a world without war, so you perpetuate war. You believe yourselves to be sinful and you perpetuate the idea of sinfulness. All sin is, if you really wish to know it, is the denial of the divine. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's ugly. Oh, what are you thinking? Oh man, you're going to hell for that. All of those things are the ways that we are denying the divine. Keep in mind that everything is divine. And the minute we put a judgment on it, we're saying it's not divine, which means we're denying the divine. When God is known where the sin is, the idea of sin is, it is reknown or redeemed. Redemption, high frequency. We are not talking about good and bad behavior. We are speaking of what you think you are, believe others are, how you judge yourself and your fellows, how you would put a whole human being in a pit of shadow because of your spite for him or her, whereas the aspect of the being that you find so distasteful can be reclaimed or reknown in the high order of the upper room. Judgment, 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 judgment. Throwing some more judgment onto the flame. Yes. Where you have judgment, we are transforming now. Not all your judgment's going to be gone. When you click end, or when I click end and you get out of this, you're still going to have judgment. You're still going to have fear. You're still going to have pain and doubts and all of that stuff. So what are you going to do? Why even bother coming then? Because you have a little less. You have a little less than you did an hour ago. And because you're bringing more consciousness, more awareness to your thinking. And tomorrow when you go, ugh, I can't stand them, you'll have a moment of, oh, yeah, that's probably not the latest thing I've ever said. Okay, I don't particularly like them. See, now you're even higher frequency, doing higher frequency things than you were before. Each of you before us today, each of you who hears these words is about to be taught what it truly means to be in benefit, to be in receipt, to be reclaimed in the high order of the upper room. And as we sing through Paul, we sing through all of you. If you would imagine now, only for a moment, that you are a flute, and the sound that we sing moves through the flute and plays the flute and sings as the flute that you have always been. You can allow the bodies you've known, the identities you've utilized to be reclaimed and in fact resung in the high tone of the upper room. We sing your songs for you so that you may learn the words. We sing your songs for you so you may learn the words. We talk about this stuff so that we can remember. I am free, I am free, I am free. I know who you are. I know what you are. I know how you serve. You serve in love. You serve in truth. You serve in joy. You are love. You are joy. You are truth. You are free. You are free. You are free. You have come. You have come. You have come. Behold, we make all things new. You are in the upper room. Allow, allow, allow. Be, be, be. And say yes as you say yes to the new possibility that will unfold through you by your agreement and accord. You are free, you are free, you are free. It's beautiful, isn't it? Amazing. It's magical. It's stellar. It's beyond anything we could have imagined. And then we started imagining it and we're like, this is pretty cool. Ooh, I think I like this. Ooh, yes, more of that. So there's lots of stars, lots of confetti, lots of sparkles coming in for all of us. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Gifts for all of us. Everybody has a cube. Cubes are the symbol of union. It's a reminder that we all are in union, that we are all of the divine. You can take a look at what your cube is filled with. My cube is filled with a lot of blues, a lot of gratitude, a lot of Christ consciousness, a lot of wonder, cerulean blue, electric blue. Gratitude is indigo blue. And I'm going to put it right here in my throat. So I think it's really crescent moons. Yes. Look at that awareness, Kate. Stars and crescent moons. Thank you very much. I was like looking at them and I'm like, I see stars. And then I see confetti and I'm like, there was something else I saw. Crescent moons. Yes. It is hard to believe that the next book discussion and healing circle is in 2 weeks, and it is going to be March. How in the world did that happen? I believe it is March 3rd, Monday, March 3rd. It is Monday, March 3rd. My daughter's 33rd birthday is on Friday the 28th. So Monday, March 3rd is when we're going to do this again. And I will definitely put it on the Facebook group for the pages. I had every intention of going through and looking at it and going, okay, what are we doing? And I guess that was just my intention. Oh, I should have done it. Oh, I'm just not enough. How could I be a teacher? I just didn't do it. Give myself a healing. We are going to be reading day 3. And you can read the book if you'd like. You can just pop onto the Facebook group and read the little blurbs and kind of trust how it shows up. Of course, you can always listen to the book if that's your jam. I actually buy them in the physical because I like to write all over them. And then I have them on my Kindle and I also listen to them. And, you know, that's just how it works for me. I kind of have to, I go between all of them, but it is totally okay. Whatever you want to do works out perfectly. A reminder for all of us that one of the reasons why we read these books is because we can take these teachings and apply them to our life. We can apply them to the world. So here's my challenge for you for the next 2 weeks. Just allow yourself to move in the world and to be okay with however your world shows up. You know, you're busy judging things left and right and what? Okay. And if you notice it, you're like, oh, that was good healing. Oh, that was really cool. I got to see that. Or if you spend 5 days doing absolutely nothing, you go, oh, that's okay. I am perfect exactly as I am. My body must have needed that. Or if you go skipping through your next 2 weeks and you are just, everything is great, and then you suddenly catch yourself and you go, oh crap, I must not be doing this right. It shouldn't be this easy. I need to work harder. Give yourself the healing, give yourself the grace of just being okay with however it shows up. And if you feel like popping over to the Facebook group, sharing your story, you know, asking questions, it is perfect. That's what it's there for. If you want to send me a message because you feel like you're in a stuck place and you need some help through it, please feel free to do that too. I am definitely here for you. It's part of my agreement doing this spiritual book discussion and healing circle. Happy to help. Always, always happy to help. It's a whole lot of love and joy and inspiration and illumination coming in for all of us. It's fabulous. I so love and appreciate each and every one of you, and each and every one of you that shows up to participate in the discussion, in the physical, but all of you that show up from an energetic standpoint as well. This, room is filled to the gills with more souls than I could even count. And I love and appreciate each and every one of you and everything that you do here when we're together and out there, because you are just a shining light out there, whether you remember it or not. Totally, totally, totally. As I seal the field under the light of that one true source creator God, I thank my healing team, I thank the support teams, and I most definitely thank each and every one of you. Those here in bodies, those here as souls, those who are out there doing everything exactly as they are designed to do them, whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not, regardless. I totally love and bless each and every one of you, each and every one of your family, your friends, those you know, those you don't. Huge love and blessings for all of you. And I look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. You'll definitely get a reminder email, and with any great luck, will be perfect on Zoom and on Facebook. With that, say amen and aho. Have a fabulous week. Let me know if there's anything I can do to support you. Love you guys. Totally. You're totally awesome.